Man. Ow. I've been waiting a couple days for this beta. Actually, I got hands on new hardware, so obviously playing the beta. To access to even play the beta. Play the game, right? So this is just like top of the head. I don't even know where to start. The character I'm playing here is I think Kips, KYPS, robot chick that has like a burst silence pistol. I don't know if this game can work. I honestly just really don't know. Did I have a blast playing it? Disclaimer, I played for about like what, an hour, 45 minutes maybe. It was just I watched so much other YouTube people's, content creators takes on this game, both before playing it or not playing it, and watch people play it and people who played it. And I guess the general consensus is like, it's not like, oh shit, man, you gotta play it, it's the best game ever, like you're gonna love it. I'm like, it's kind of frustrating because there's so much imbalance. And again, it's a beta, it didn't come out yet, it's in August, but I can just imagine like, day 2 patch or day 1 patch or whatever. I can just see it because even right there, I'm trying to pick up this thing. It says that you can, like, after you use your abilities and your tools or whatever, you can pick up certain things and recharge them, or you can hold the button down and recharge certain things. And there's so much that like I've gotten first-hand experience of instead of just watching people. Now I've gotten my hands on it. I'm like, wait, this is whoa, because I can imagine people who are getting pro at this game and playing it good. You're gonna be sweaty, and it's gonna be weird. And I don't know if it's gonna have enough space to bring enough people in. I can see this being, if anything, a day 1 on PlayStation Premium as well. I think I've heard someone say that on a different YouTube video. Like, it's just, why not? Like $40. I mean, the people I've seen who said, "Oh, I like this game. It's not that bad. The beta was okay. I had a good time." They didn't say if they'd buy it or not. They just said you had a good time. I'm like, no. I need to know if you would buy it, because to me that's an honest take to say, hey, I'd buy the game. But if you're just saying, "Oh, it plays good," and people are being negative, or what, I'm like, but will you buy it? To me, the graphics look good, the visuals are good. I don't have a problem with that. The models are good. I'm like, fine. Character models, I guess you could be bland, but to me, I'm like, that's a little nitpicky for me, because I don't care. But for people who do care about how their characters look and they want to buy cosmetics, and that's how you get the whales, in the microtransactions and stuff, I guess it matters. But for me, I was like, just how do I shoot? How do I move? And to know that tanks themselves can't dash, or like, I don't know, like dash. I was just something. I was playing the big girl you seen just now. Kamari. I forgot her name. I didn't really even pay attention to the names. With the minigun, she's strong. She's coming right now. Once the minigun gets going, but it's like you can't play by yourself. Like, you can't solo this game, which makes sense. But it's like to me, either I have to play more to know the synergy of, like, I gotta know the synergy of how the characters play. But I guess it was just still frustrating, because I'm like, okay, let's say I'm by myself. Not like I want to be by myself, but I'm by myself fighting other people, and I can't get out of it. That's a little discouraging. That's like, damn, like I feel a little ashamed and embarrassed a little bit. Like, damn, I got caught out in the open, and I couldn't even escape. I couldn't do anything about it. Now, granted, there are characters I've seen people play that do, certain moves and can get out of situation. But I'm like, well, if someone gets to that character before I do, I'm just on my rant. I'm just shooting there. If I get to that character, if someone gets to that character before I do, now what? So it's like an imbalance of meta characters, in my opinion. But I feel like it would be great to see with this game is if they had no meta characters. I mean, what am I saying? I'm not really a Overwatch player and Destiny player, but I'm just saying I don't play these games really, but I wouldn't mind playing it if it had something to pull me in. I don't really feel pulled in. It feels like I would watch it being, like, I've seen this comment, I guess bots are repeating or people are repeating it, and it's so true. I think it's so true. This is one of those games where in a movie the kids are playing this in the background, and I'm like, yeah, not like now I'm playing it. I'm like, yeah, this is not a game that I need to even physically pick up. I just need to have it autoplay itself, because what's the point of me playing it? Because if it knows better than me on how to play it, then and if you expect players to buy the game and play it themselves, I don't think that even clicks. It doesn't connect. There's a character I started playing with actually in terms of team synergy called I think Davers, the female with the I think the biohazard suit or something like that, and she has a goo grenade launcher. I'm like, oh, this is great. I didn't know if it was whatever. So I started playing and I'm shooting the goo grenades, and I had a good time doing it. And like, how to explain this? Like, you gotta set it on fire. So it's kind of one of those like you damage people with it, I guess, when you hit them. But I didn't see how much damage I'll take. I just was shooting, and it wasn't like blowing up. It was just more of like bloop, and I didn't notice that at first. So when you press your L1 with her, it sets things ablaze, which is like, okay, that's kind of dope. But it's like, how to explain this? Like, it works better with her. Like the one person I just passed, it was the Asian chick that has like a fire crossbow and the fire, marble, the slingshot marbles. It's that it works better with her because she can set things on fire, and I don't think anybody else I've seen that was playing like enemies and my teammates had a fire. Like it makes it. I think they're trying to like make use of the chaos, but then the chaos doesn't even know what the fuck it's doing itself. If that makes any sense. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? It's just. And then another criticism I have is the healing pools. That's ass. I'm sorry. That's effing ass. Like, for you to be able to do it where it's one person per pool, I'm just stuck. Like, wait, so now you really need a medic. But then let's say the medic, which is the blue dude, Daw, I think, the fat dude. It's like he has the healing pods, but you know what I'm trying to say? It's kind of like it's in that realm of it could be anything, but it's nothing at the same time. And I'm like, nah, let me just be patient. So I might settle with it for now. It's a beta, and pick it up again. But I'm trying to find like where it makes sense for me, and I don't know. I just don't know. You know? I was playing the finals the other day, and it kind of had the same thing where you only have one gun. I think the light class might have two guns. I'm not too sure about a heavy, but as a medium build in finals, you only have one gun. And if you don't kill that person with that full mag, you got to reload. You're effed. Now, moving into the passives of this game, every character has I think every class has a passive. And, you just simply play, I guess, until you die, and then that passive can stack. I don't know how it stacks, but I think, as someone else said, there needs to be, or could have been, a training mission, like just kind of getting you familiar with how to fucking play it. But this feels kind of like, I don't know how to say unkept, but like just kind of shoddy of a beta. It's like, what? Like, what are we doing here? Like walk me through it. You got people leaving. Can't. I think most people who found this game, whether critics or people who liked it, are aware of the flaws it has right now. And again, it is a beta. However, I don't know if I'd say I'm having a good time playing this. It's okay, again, if you're with someone else running around, but that's almost any multiplayer game. You're running with other people, you can make it work. But this, I don't know. You get swamped. Like just now, I'm swamped. I'm just like, what do I do? And I survived a little bit. I think I got killed right here. No, I survived that day. And I'm maybe I'm nitpicky, but give me. I kind of fubbed that one a little bit. Give me self-healing. Like every character has double jump. Not every character, but some characters have double. It's like explain yourself, because at least with Apex, when you get on a zip line or a balloon or whatever, and you balloon, everyone has a little bit of like a little bitty jetpack, waist pack, fanny pack or some shit in Apex. Everybody, and you fly around. And it's kind of like, oh, here's your thing. We all have double jump. How? Why? We all have like boosts. Like we have certain boosts that do it for us. Let me see it. Let me see the lore, because again, that's nitpicky. But I'm just trying to show that a lot of things to me feel unexplained. And because, see, that fire thing. So because it's not explained to me, I don't feel invested. I'm like, what am I doing here? Like, again, it graphically looks cool. The Unreal, I think it's Unreal Engine 5, I think, if I'm not mistaken. But whatever, it's just, yeah. But it's like, well, what works? And then if I can't pick a character I would like to pick because my teammate has them, now I'm effed. So it's like, well, what are we doing here? How does this make out? I don't understand. I'm not even like, oh, it's not innovative enough. That's been said, but like I'm trying to find my grounding with it, and I can't. Cooldowns aren't that bad. The tools ain't that bad. It's just, what do you do? You know what I'm trying to say? What do you what do you see? What do I do against that? What do I do? What should I have done? Just take the L? Like, it's confusing. And then let's say if people rage quit again. You're down a player. You're down 2 players. Now, like, it's just I want to look at it from a very positive lens, and I'm trying my hardest. And I'm like, and I guess I didn't try hard enough because I only played 45 minutes. Right? I played 5 matches, but you can't skip the cutscenes of you flying it. Okay, it's I kind of throw my hands up like twice or 3 times playing this. I was like, this is not making any damn sense right now. Like, I don't know, maybe on PC this can flourish because then you can, like, mouse and keyboard sensitivity, you can go crazy, but I don't get it. It kind of almost reminds me of a game called Spellbreak where it was in beta and it was like, oh, like you can pay $60 to pre-order. I think I did that at the time. And I was so excited because it was like, you have a main gauntlet on your right hand or left hand, and then the other gauntlet is like you can swap it out and pick up new ones. And my friend Silent, he loved it. I really didn't because it was so floaty in the sense that it was cool things you can do, but it was like you had to really like pedal to the metal, like fucking sit up straight, playing it, sweating, playing it. And I was like, for me, it felt like that. And it just didn't work for me, even though I love the concept of being a wizard and battle royale. If anything, if that was probably a 5v5, it would be probably cool. When I think about it, Spellbreak being a 5v5 shooter, third-person thing, I think that could have worked where there's earth powers going off, there's fire powers going off, and there's like, I can set your gas aflame. There was some of that. There was actually a lot of that in Spellbreak where the powers would play off other people's powers, and I think that probably could have worked in a 5v5 arena setting shoot. Like, that probably could have worked. They could have tweaked that a little bit because what they did was they had different rarities of items and gauntlets. It was kind of too much for me. But long story short, I liked that game, but eventually it went free to play. It didn't even go full access. I think it went from beta to free to play. And then the server shut down, I think a year later, if I'm not mistaken. A year and a half later, it shut down. And I was like, oh, damn, really? And so now here he is with this. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. I'm like, what do I do? You know what I'm trying to say? Like, how do I make a hole in the wall? How do I, you can't do these things. You just have to, like, these choke points and then your abilities, and it's like an ability choke fest, whatever, going crazy. It's like, well, I don't know. I was trying to, like, do the shield and be able to heal. It was working out, but they just kept, pounding on, and I killed one of them, I guess, yeah. I just got clapped from around. Like, what could I have done? You know what I'm trying to say? Like, it's... I hope this game kind of, like, trims up in a way. Comes together to some degree. Maybe there's more to it. Different maps come out, or, like, different, like, interactable maps come out, or something like that. Hopefully. I can see it going free to play at some point because there's not enough people playing it, So I think it was, like, they didn't pass 1,000 on Steam. I think it peaked on 1,000. But... I guess if word gets out or people just don't care, it just won't go anywhere either. So something new to play, sure. Just, sink your teeth into it a little bit, but I don't know. It feels cool when you're picking off one person. When you're a team of 3, you pick off one person, of course. But then at the same time, it's like, well, you're outnumbered or outpowered. You know what I'm trying to say? That look, you know what I'm trying to say? I mean, I shouldn't have went down there, but the point being, how can I stay in the fight if I need heals? And then, well, if you need a healer, well then, how do you, like, ratio, like, you know what I'm trying, I have so much questions on, I have a question and a question and a question, and I don't know how to navigate it. And I guess, again, I didn't play along a lot of time just now, but I was just so kind of ticked, because I've seen enough gameplay and criticisms and takes from other people that I'm like, okay, maybe I'll have a fun time, or maybe, you know, if I handle it different. But if I'm this frustrated, or at least this kind of like out the loss for words, I can only imagine people who've been playing the early beta and probably only want to play this one, or are playing this one and feeling the exact same way, where it's like, well, what's going on here? So I guess with that being said, that's my take right now. Concord's a big right now. I'm like, oh, whatever. So thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, share if you want, and we'll see what happens with this game with me if I even buy it or keep playing the beta. Peace.